that's cord cutting and shadow work sessions, which are really amazing. Hey there. How YouTube's look. It looks very bright. My God, so I'm going to move this way. And why does that look like this? Oh, that's my. Could that just be me? I wonder. No. Of course, the time to do this is not when you're in the middle of trying to do it, huh? All right. So yes, I'll be on Instagram and YouTube just in case that happens, and it's looking like it's kind of imploding there. Zuckerberg's making less and less sense and going back further and further into the archives to ban and put you on you can't make live videos. In fact, right now, if I lose my live status, and China just lost hers from a video she posted back in 2021. He got her on a post, ridiculous post, a meme. We'll be able to make videos on Facebook anyway. So there's that. What a week. How are you guys recovering from this week? I have never in all my years, and I'm 15 years in business. I've been reading since I was 16, and I've never seen a week where there were so many breakups, unbelievable heartache. I spent last Monday, I spent on the phone the entire day. And I think I said this in my last video, but it's just carried on where it's just people, and I don't know why, because this wasn't the full moon for it. This wasn't the full moon. I posted stuff about it. It wasn't the full moon to stand up for yourself. Unfortunately, it was just wait a couple of days on that one. The energy was oh my God, my hair was wacky. And people were just, I want to talk about this, or I'm not happy about this. Okay, let's break up. Like, wait, what? This needs to change. No, we should end. I mean, that's how abrupt, and it was like, what? I just want to have a conversation. We're done. Okay. People filing for divorce, people walking out, friendships ending, family members just cutting the ties. Hey, Bridget. Hey, Jennifer. I mean, just that abruptly. Like, you know what? Never want to talk to you again. I never want to see you again. Having that big talk, that thing that they've been holding back for like a decade, something that happened is like, now we're going to address the elephant in the room. It's like, could you just not address that elephant during this full moon? You said that, Aaron. You said that you were good, and I'm glad. And again, not everyone feels it. It's not like everyone was breaking up, for God's sake. I'm just saying, statistically speaking, the majority of my readings dealt with breakups, heartaches, betrayals, endings, thinking about endings. Yeah, and that was it. So Anne, hey. So I don't know if it was wacky energy. It was draw that line in the sand, and I'm not crossing it. And just this is where I stand. This is where I stand. Unfortunately, it got a lot of people fired and catapulted out of relationships. Brian, it was no. Like I said, I'm not contradicting you, but it wasn't so much that it was like these were long-standing relationships, and it was like, let's talk about this, or I want this to change, or I want to, and it was just nope. So I think a lot of things that were destined to end, and this was just the full moon for it. This was just the energy to say, you know what? It's like ripping up a contract. Yeah, this is just not going to work. Nope. We're not coming to the table with this. It was like a negotiation that just went horribly wrong for everybody. Like no one was getting out of this one. I just was like, just don't just don't just don't bring that to the table. Don't go to the table. Just wait to go to the mat on this, because everyone is just no. We're not playing games. So I don't know. I just I all for the best. Frankly, everything always is. People are being set free. But and I'm gonna say, Brian, I tell you that the therapists are double booked. And every therapist I know is really busy. So people are actually working on themselves. I think that's what it is. It's just like, it's not you, it's me. And it's me. I guess I got to fix me. Or it's not me, it's you. I don't want you. And it's like, I don't want you anymore. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to do this dance any longer. I don't know. It was a lot of stuff, but it all had the same ending. There's a lot of stories with the same ending. It's the end. It's over. The end. La mort. Done. We're finished. Curtain closed. So tough energy. People were like kind of staying there like, what just hit me? Like, just what just happened? And that was this full moon. It was about wanting what you want and talking about your rights and understanding that other people may not want to respect them and may not want to go into that contract with you, go into contract negotiation, like a union contract thing, And it's like, we're going union. No, we're not. And I'll close the factory down before I allow a union to come in here. And that's what people were doing. They were closing down the factory. Okay? Maybe that's the best analogy for it. We're just not going to negotiate on this. I'd rather close. Like, I'd rather go on by myself than continue like this with you. So, and of course, I always say, if you're being abused, however you're being abused, verbally, physically, if someone is doing their best to make you, by all means, get out. I have helped 5 women get out of bad marriages that they had no money and no money, no assets. And I'm like, you don't need a lawyer. They're like, we can't get out, no lawyer. I'm like, you don't need a lawyer to get divorced. You do not need a lawyer to get divorced. Don't anyone ever tell you that, and don't ever feel like you have to stay. Information. Yeah. Well, Jennifer, yeah. Because, and then again, I'm saying betrayals, friendships, a lot of betrayal. A lot of betrayal. So things being revealed. That interesting. The moon card in the tarot is things being hidden, and the moon card reversed is things that were hidden being revealed. So you see that moon card, and the moon card also has to do with the addictions and mental health especially. Depending on what other cards it's laying next to, of course. So, anything else, guys? Anybody else see anything else? It was poignant for sure, Aaron. It was. The stories were sad. The stories were heartbreaking. It wasn't like this wasn't teenage stuff. This was established stuff. This was family stuff. This was long-standing cords and long-standing bonds being broken. And for good. People who are doing this dance over and over again, just like we're done. We're not doing this anymore. And we'll see how much of that is permanent. I don't know that all of it is. We'll see. For some people, that's their relationship. They have to have breakups or breaks. Breaks, not breakups, like friends, right? No, break. It was a break. It wasn't a breakup. Well, they've got to have that time out to regroup and come back and approach it some other way. Hi, Vanessa, how are you? And I'm sniffling. I'm sorry, I didn't take cold medicine, so I could at least have a conversation and be somewhat clear. So, what else is going on? A lot of people stepping into some interesting. Well, I'm going to say again, with this idea of not tolerating people who have been sitting on their talents or hiding their abilities, not willing to do it anymore. I mean, and going way beyond just reading books. It's about, I want to learn more and I want to do more. I look scary. Thanks, Gil. No, I do not. Don't say that. Oh no. Is the lighting okay here? What am I doing? That looks scary. Oh no. I'm lost here. People genuinely coming in and having real conversations about what they want to do and where they want to go with their talents, and incorporating them in their life, not in a more realistic manner, not just like I want to. For a while there was like, I want to quit my job and just do Reiki all day. Linda, you can't tell me how I look scary. I don't know what to say. Oh, it's the glasses. You know what? Let's take those off. How's that? I kept my contacts in because this cold is all in my eyes and everything else. It's just gross. And it's just from here up. This is what affected is my nose and my eyes. So the and that's not realistic. It's really not realistic that you're going to quit your job and do Reiki all day. You're going to quit your job and do, reflexology all day or read tarot cards all day. That's probably not how going to happen. But how can I incorporate this into my life? How can I? And that can happen. That certainly can happen. And I know lots of people who are running very successful spiritual centers, but they didn't just one day open a center. They really went at it very slowly and did things on the weekends and they slowly built a following, and from the following they built a business, and from the business they opened a center, and it flowed, and then the money always flowed, the energy always flowed, and of course they worked their full-time job for a while, and that certainly kept everything afloat, right? As opposed to this idea for a while, it was just like, I'm meant to write a book, I've got to leave everything behind and just write my book. And it was like every other person that was coming into a reading was saying, well, I saw 3 readers and they all told me I'm meant to write a book. Like, oh, okay. I mean, do you like to write? Like, no, not really. Did you like writing in school? Did you like creative writing? Like, no. Journalism? Not really, no. Okay. Did you ever think about writing a book before? No. And you got a question when like every other person's coming in saying reading. And then there was the whole big, everyone was meant to open a spiritual center there for a while back in, I want to say 2009, 2010. Everyone was going to open a spiritual center. Everyone was going to open a healing center. Everyone. It's like, really? Everyone? I mean, I could see one on every block. I can't see one on every house, but everybody. And once a reader tells you this, oh, you're meant to be a healer, well, we're all meant to be healers, This idea that, that you're going to quit your job and do it. Okay, do you like to eat? Do you like having health insurance? I don't know that that's going to quite work. But I have to put my glasses on to read comments, unfortunately. Okay. Okay, I can see them now. All right. Hey, Elizabeth, how are you? Ooh. Okay. Well, basil's okay for cats, I think. Holy basil. God, I haven't had that in my garden in so long. Actually, it has to grow as a house plant here. Tulsi, it's called. It's a gift. Actually, I know Tulsi because I give it. In milk. You put it in milk for an offering for Ganesh and for the gods. You bathe the statues. You bathe them in milk and Tulsi. So, what else? What else? What else? So things have gotten very real. Things have gotten very authentic. Things have gotten more realistic. And people are more interested in meat and potatoes, not so much fluff. And this is something it's relatively new for the past few weeks. I've been really happy to see people wanting to talk about research, data, history. It's important to understand the history of where you're coming from. Why reinvent the wheel, right? Why constantly reinvent the wheel? This idea of where did we get here? Who invented that? Where did that idea come from? Is that a real thing? The threefold law, is that a real thing? Well, no, it's not really. Actually, from a piece of fiction written by Gerald Gardner. And there is no threefold law in nature. There are laws of nature, and we have to observe them when we're doing magic. Nature abhors a vacuum is one. But there's no threefold law, per se. There really isn't. That came from a piece of writing, because everything before 1954 had to be written as fiction, because there were witchcraft laws on the books in England. So he wrote a lot of fiction books that were disguised as fiction, but they were the closest they had to any kind of witchcraft books. And Gerald Gardner is, of course, the father of modern day, British Wicca. And it was the idea that if you were kind to a witch, she would return that kindness 3 times, and somehow that turned into some kind of weird karmic sort of, everything you do comes back 3 times. That's not even possible. So it's a nice thought, but it's not real. Job. I'm sorry, I'm looking. I can't. I'm trying to read the comments. I'm gonna get close, okay? Because I cannot read these glasses. Okay. Hey, Greta, not that late. Okay. Yeah. Well, you certainly don't know unless you try it. I'm not saying that it just seemed a little weird that every other. Then listen, before that, when I opened in 2007, it was like every other person coming in telling me they were told they were going to win the lottery. Every other person said, I've had 9 readers and they all say I'm going to win the lottery. I'm like, not today. I don't, In fact, in all my years of reading, I've only once said to somebody, you gamble. It's like I pay my numbers every day. I'm like, you're going to hit. Next couple of weeks, you're going to hit big. And she was like, I feel it. I feel it. And about a week later, she sent me a picture from Hartford, and she's holding the big check, and she'd won $100,000. That was the one and only time I'd ever seen somebody win the lottery. And people, talk about that. Why can't you pull winning numbers, or cast a spell to lose weight, or lose weight, bring somebody love, and win the lottery. And I'm like, guys, first of all, if I could do that, if there was some hidden, I would be driving my helicopter into work from my house on Montauk, one of my many houses. If I could cast a spell and have everyone lose weight, that'd be fantastic. Magic can certainly help give you the impetus, but it is not going to do the work for you. Hey, Lisa. Lottery, sure, there's things you can do. Gambling, especially, because there's a skill in gambling, and things you can carry, oils you can wear that will certainly facilitate the flow of money and money energy and luck, but it's not, nothing's 100% like that. And love is, oh my God. Like we always say, the most dangerous magic in the store is love spells. So we've seen those go horribly awry. And so I don't tend to really, focus much except in terms of if you have a love, to build on it, to make it stronger, to make it grow, prosper, to be understanding, kind, be patient. A lot of patience in a relationship, and sometimes be abundant, have children. These are all things, of course, magic can help with. But witchcraft and magic, and I know for all of you who've heard me say this, please forgive me, I'm going to say it again, because there's always some new people listening, but to really get an idea of witchcraft, a high priestess explained it to me like this one. So it's like if you're making a soup, right? You're making a soup, and you have your big pot, your stock pot, and you brown your meat, right? And you brown your onions, oil, then you add your vegetables, and whatever you're putting in there, right? The mushrooms and what have you, and you fill it up with water, set it on the stove, and you turn on to boil and simmer. And if you were to taste that, it would be flat, right? What's missing? The salt, the bouillon, the herbs, spices, all that. You put that in there, and that transforms what is essentially soup into soup. And it not boiled meat and potato water. It tastes like soup. Magic is like those spices and herbs and salt. It brings the flavor, it brings the power, but you still gotta chop the vegetables, you gotta brown the meat, you still gotta do the work. So a wonderfully crafted job spell, if you don't have a resume, if you're not job ready, if you're not prepared to go on an interview and no, that's just not gonna happen. If you a love spell to bring somebody in, if you never leave the house, unless you're into Santa Claus, he's gonna come to the chimney, You're not going to meet someone if you never leave the home. Yay! Well, good for you. That's wonderful, Kat. Love to hear those stories. And they work. They absolutely, things that facilitate. But you did play the numbers, I assume. You actually left the house and did something. There's got to be an action. It can't just be intention. It's got to be intention framed with action, will manifesting itself. All right? How's everybody's health? Is everyone feeling good? There's been a lot of colds and flus going around, and absolutely not COVID, but just colds and such. Hi, Jackie. Andrea is coming in, and she is booked solid. She's coming in next week. Everyone who had a place with her back in January, we canceled because of a snowstorm. So I've transferred everybody over, and everyone kept their spot. Every single person kept their spot for February. So all the January people had reserved a spot, had an appointment, they kept it. But we'll see her in March again, of course. And this weather's been brutal this summer. This winter's been a little, on Saturdays, it's been kind of crazy for the weekends. So, how's everyone's health? How's everyone doing? Before I start throwing cards, anybody got anything to report or talk about? Achy bones, stomach issues. Okay, it's not fun. People will be really happy when it's not as cold. Oh, you didn't? Yeah, she is wonderful. She is. Thank you, Jackie. She is amazing. Andrea reads tarot, but she reads tarot and speaks to spirit at the same time. So it's most, it's tarot, and then if someone comes through, okay, we have that conversation, but there's the cards and there's the mediumship. But with Andrea, it's both at the same time. So she's talking as she's doing cards, having a whole conversation here that you're just kind of partaking in. It's pretty different and pretty wild. So that's a wonderful experience. Good. Glad, Heather. Yeah. I'm hearing sleeplessness and tired. Yep. But it was a listen, Leo's a fire sign, and it was a very active moon. I think it was one of those things, and there were some transits that were a little self-destructive with this full moon. And that was the thing. It was like, I want my way, and it was, I want my way or no way. And that's how that translated out. But it was definitely an active moon. So anyone that says, oh, it's the moon, talk to a cop, talk to a bartender about the full moon. And they'll tell you there's more domestic violence, there's more drunkenness, there's more people are bizarre. There's the lunacy comes from lunar. It comes from how the full moon affects people. Okay, headache. Okay, well, thank you all. Thank you, Jackie. All right, and I do try hard to get readers that do something different. They all have a different skill set. They all bring a little something different to the table. So that's really special. And most readers have been with me for a long time. I add new ones in here and there, and Jocelyn's one of my newer readers, the one that does the cord cutting and shadow work. Really, she's extremely well trained, and I did on Facebook. Her background is there. She does have openings for tomorrow. Karn, who's also in, she's almost booked solid. She's got a few openings late in the day, and that's it. And only have 2 readers on tomorrow because Jocelyn takes the whole back. We close that up, we dim the lights, and you can't go back there while she's doing her sessions. And it really does feel very private. It does have a nice feeling to it. So I don't know what else to say. How's everybody's animals behaving? Anything new with that? might have been kind of needy, I would say. Very affectionate, though. I mean, I'm not complaining about it, but extra affectionate. Anything else? Anybody out there with animals being different? Shuffling as I talk. Needy, okay. Kept saying the same thing. Needy, cuddly, yep. Yeah, they just want attention. And I think they just almost like checking in, you know? And I gotta tell you, my kids too. The kids have been a little needy. A new lizard, Aaron. Oh my god. What'd you get? You get a dragon? What'd you get? I have 2 snakes. I can't do lizards. I can do frozen mice. I don't like it, but I can do frozen mice, and my son pretty much feeds them. But and the python needs actually rats, but I cannot have those cockroaches in my house. I can't have the bugs. I just can't do it. I cannot handle it. And they all need those weird roach things. Those uh, for a couple of years, I had horned lizards from the desert. A really cool desert terrarium, and these 2 horned lizards, and they have to have the tiniest little crickets, and a bearded dragon. Oh, that's so sweet. They are cool, but you have to like treat the crickets. You got to shake them in a powder, but they were tiny crickets. That wasn't so bad. But those big ass tomato worms, and oh man, no, can't do. Thank you, those. Yeah, those things. You know they are crickets. Yeah, but they really like those other things. They really do. And those tomato hornworms. Oh god, no. Nope. Oh, so anyway, I'm shuffled. Let's throw some cards. I think, yeah, that's the face cat. No. It's not just even having them, it's watching them eat them. I can't, snakes are quick. They hit, they grab them, and they swallow the little, I have 2. I have oh my gosh, a hog nose, little hog nose, and he's such a derp. He just has the tiniest little mice, the pinkies, and he grabs it, and he just basically pushes his face against something and shoves it in his mouth. It's really something to say. They're vipers. They actually have little fangs in the back of their mouths, and then so they don't roll on them. They eat them. They just consume. And then the big Circe, the ball python. They do the whole roll thing. Oh my goodness, this is ridiculous. Time to date. Okay. Yep, Aaron, that's right. Like a vet tech, nothing like a vet tech to know exactly what I'm talking about, which is very cool. Because God knows I don't. When I did that video with the Valentine box, China was like, I couldn't even listen to you mispronounce all those names. Someone just messaged me that they worked at a bar as a bartender years ago, and they hated full moons. And yes, any waiter will tell you, anyone that thinks the full moon doesn't affect, oh my gosh, I can assure you it does. Okay. I don't listen to Aaron. I'm not a fan of any of it, honestly. I always thought I would like to have an iguana, but it's a mixed bag. You either can get a really sweet iguana, or they can be nasty as heck, and they're so cute when they're babies that but they get big. They need big enclosures. The monitor lizards are cool too. Love the monitors. They seem very affectionate and sweet, but you get a mean one. The ball python that I have doesn't even ball up. She loves being held. she's totally chill, and they only ball up when they're scared. That's the thing that's kind of sad. I think they're so cute because they do that whole little, but they're just because they're really unhappy. She loves being held. So someday when it's warm, I'll bring them down so you guys can see. Hognose is really cute. Okay, little Hob the hognose. All right, so I'm shuffling. I'm gonna, well, before my nose starts to really rud. This is gross, and I'm sorry. 6-card spread for everyone who's new. I'm looking at comments. Aww. And so 6-card spread. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. First card's a situation. The next 2 cards down are what's directly impacting the situation. And the final 3 cards are the outcome cards. These are short-term readings. If the reading doesn't seem quite geared to you, ask yourself if there's someone close to you going through a situation that it does relate to, because very, very often you read something and talk about a situation, because I always just say what I see. I don't ask questions right off the bat. And they'll say, that's not me, but it's my daughter who's going through that situation. Like, well, what were you thinking about? My daughter. Okay, well, there you go. So if that's on your mind, it could be how the cards fall. So I do try to read to teach, because I have not taught tarot now in 2 years thanks to the COVID mask mandate. My room is too small to space people out. I turned all the tables lengthwise, so during readings we're 6 feet apart, but I can't teach that way. There's not enough room to, okay. So anyway, it's nice to at least read tarot and be able to read to teach. And a lot of you have talked to me about the fact that you watch just because it's fun to get your own cards out, which I encourage you to do and interpret, yourself, okay? Well, we're going to start with Aries. And Aries, you would think I would turn the stupid sound off. I do it every week. I forget to turn the sound off for the pop-ups and everything. And I'm sorry. Okay, Aries, we start with the Knight of Cups. I was going to say, doing my video for the Valentine boxes, China was like, I couldn't listen to you. You're mispronouncing every stone. It's true, I do. I mispronounced everything. And I was totally unprepared for that. She's like, I just had to turn it off. I couldn't even listen to you. Go on. I'm like, I have no shame. So anyway, the Knight of Cups, which is a wonderful card, wishes coming true. The Chariot, moving forward. The 5 of Cups, reversed. Crying over spilt milk? We're past that. We're going forward. The Fool, again, full speed ahead. The Hierophant reversed and the Magician. Holy shit. So the Hierophant reversed is getting out of a rut. Tired of being stuck in a rut, done with that. And the Magician is looking at your skill set, working to your skill set. What are you best at? Because that's what I'm moving forward in that direction. Aries, this is a great, great reading for you. These are wonderful cards. Really great cards. You've been stuck in a rut. You've been doing the same thing over and over again. And they do say that the definition of insanity is doing the same thing or going down the same road every day, expecting something to change. This is Aries saying, oh, fuck that. The Hierophant reversed, unconventional behavior, getting out of a rut, new ways of thinking out of the box, and thinking with an eye to moving forward. And again, the Magician, what are you best at? Where does your magic lie? Where are your talents, your skills? Because that's the direction you're going in. I always tell people, if you want to know about career, what you should be doing, the tarot can never tell you. That comes in your natal chart for astrology. Your 2nd house of money earned, your 6th house of everyday work life, and your 10th house of professional success can point to your aptitudes and your talents. But this reading is Aries saying, what are my aptitudes and talents? I'm going that way. And let's face it, in all the readings I've done, and God knows I've done enough astrological charts, the people who are happiest in their careers are the people who live into that, especially 10th house of professional success. What does your 10th house talk about? Where does your success lie? What's your motivation? Okay. So love that for you, Aries. It's been tough the past few months. Looks good. Looks like you finally kind of picked a path. All right. And I will say, with all these relationship failures and people, the energy immediately shifts, though, into career, future planning, and life. Up. About time for Aries. No more insanity. Good, good, good. Thank you, Jackie. Good. All right, awesome. I feel bad coming in at you guys, my glasses, because now I feel like I'm scary looking. So, I hate wearing glasses. So anyway, all right. Sorry. So classy. Uh, Taurus, the Emperor reversed, the Ace of Coins, the Wheel of Fortune, the Nine of Swords, the Page of Coins reversed, and the Ace of Swords. Hey, Karen, how are you? Okay. Well, Taurus, looking at these cards for me, just give me a second here. I'm sorry. Usually I can do this pretty quickly. I'm wondering if Taurus someone complimented my glasses because it was very sweet. Thank you. Ace of Swords. You know, I want to say this Taurus is looking at. Okay. One place where Taurus doesn't fuck around is money. Okay. Taurus takes money seriously. Taurus lives in the second house of money earned, assets, and so real estate. But that stuff Taurus takes seriously. Taurus usually, when they get down to their $10,000 in the bank, that they're broke. You know, guys, thank you. I think the light in the glasses does look weird, but anyway, that's one place where Taurus really. I mean, their shadow side is greed and selfishness. That is the shadow side of Taurus. My stepmother was a Taurus, and quite the opposite. She was generous. She was kind. She's the reason why I had all the children I did, because I loved how she was. They are the Empress card of the zodiac. They are the eternal Earth Mother. I happen to love Tauruses, but their shadow side, it is tough in that regard. And if they think you're stealing from them, if they think that you're extorting from them, if they think that you're that's not going to go well. You want to hit them in the pocketbook? Well, you better know what you're doing, because that's not going to go over well. And so what I'm looking at here is Taurus. There's anxiety around money. Now the money's flowing. Communication. There's anxiety. Page of. Let me just throw one more card. She's working really hard, and it feels like for Taurus that you're working hard because someone else isn't working hard. Someone's not doing what they're supposed to be doing. Someone's not producing. If it's a team effort, well, you're pulling the wagon all by yourself. Even though someone else is harnessed next to you, you're the ox that's pulling the wagon, the bull, so to speak. A lot of anxiety around that. Maybe someone's been out of work for a while. Maybe, but you've been. I mean, what I'm hearing is I'm hearing that song from Luisa in Encanto. You know, the really strong one with all the pressure. Well, that's kind of what I'm seeing here. It's like, okay, and when do you start doing your share of the work again? You know, when are you coming back and you're gonna help out again? How long do I gotta hold this whole thing up by myself? to keep everything going. That the end game is to keep it all going, money flowing. Okay, I get that, but I can't do it all by myself indefinitely, because the King of Wands are a workaholic. It's just nonstop work. And Taurus is not one to suffer silently. There's very stoic. It's a very stoic sign. My ex-father-in-law is a Taurus, and that man would go to work, torn rotator cuff. It don't matter. He wasn't very stoic sign, especially the men. But this is saying I know my limits here. All right. And again, it's nothing. I don't think it's the Taurus doing anything wrong. I think it's a matter of I don't want to carry this whole ball by myself. I'd like a vacation. I need a break, and there's no one's coming through with that. So, all right. Not sure if that. Okay. Oh yeah. Yeah. Taurus. The Taurus women are. Well, Taurus and Libra are ruled by Venus. That's their ruling planet. Taurus and Libra are similar in that they both like beautiful things, comfort, relax. When they want to come home, they want to relax. Um, uh, Most Librans and many Librans go into the aesthetics, so many of them are interior designers, salons, anything to make you more beautiful, make the world more beautiful. Landscape designers or lawyers for Libra. A lot of the scales, they like justice, they like fair play, but they both like beautiful surroundings and quality and calm and no jarring, no weird accent art, nothing like that. It needs to flow and be harmonious. That's what both those signs like. Taurus is usually touching things. Tauruses like to touch and feel soft, and they love smells, and that's how you keep a Taurus. Cook a delicious meal, wrap them in a delicious soft Afghan, put them next to a fire. They're never going to leave you. You cater to their creature comforts. They're very sexual too, but you cater to those creature comforts. You have a mate for life, because Taurus doesn't like change. So once they pick you and they're comfortable with you, they're not likely to cheat on you or leave you. That doesn't mean all of them, but we're talking in generalities, okay? All right, Taurus. So yeah, you're kind of crying uncle is what I'm seeing. How I'm seeing that reading. All right. Sorry, so sorry. Do I have tissues here? I do not. Okay. Looking at Gemini. Two of Wands, Seven of Cups reversed, Five of Swords, Queen of Cups reversed, the Sun, and the Knight of Swords. Okay. Communication. Well, the first card up is the Two of Wands, and I love the Two of Wands. That's that opportunity that lands in your lap. That wonderful, fortuitous, creative. Hey, they're hiring. We need somebody. Can you come work, or can you come work for me, or put an application in because they're hiring. I'll put in a good word for you. But it just kind of lands in your lap. Hey, I heard you're looking. Well, we're, yeah. So that's Two of Wands. And I like the Seven of Cups reversed because you know what you want. Five of Swords. Queen of Cups. What I like about this for Gemini is it looks like a new opportunity and gets you out of a toxic situation. Toxic works that's really been weighing you down, Gemini. The Sun is, of course, one of the two best cards in the deck, the Sun and the Star. And the Knight of Swords is communication and quick motion. And I really think that what this may be for you, Gemini, is an opportunity that presents itself that's going to remove you either from the department, it might be in your own company, or it might just be a whole new opportunity altogether. But it looks like it's been a grueling work setting. I'm not fond of the Five of Swords and the Queen of Cups reversed. It's sort of depressing, anxiety-ridden, but not for much longer. And it's not even. It's going to take you like 1 second to say, "Heck yeah, get me out of this thing." All right. But the idea of being removed from something that's really unpleasant and a bit hard on you, and a little different than Taurus. We always talk about when the signs are conjunct, the readings are somewhat similar. For Taurus, it's actually the physicality of taking over so much responsibility. But for Gemini, I'm going to say it's the toxicity of an unpleasant workplace, and get me out of that. I'm good. I don't mind leaving these people. Hey, Faith. Thank you. All right. Oh, my goodness. My goodness. Oh, okay. Cancer. Seven of Swords reversed. Nine of Wands. Ace of Cups. Strength reversed. Ten of Cups. Eight of Cups. All right. How do I read these cards? Well, Seven of Swords reversed. With the Nine of Wands. And the Ace of Cups. It's really interesting because for Cancer, who loves home, Ten of Cups, that Ten of Cups card is happy at home. Eight of Cups is leaving home. I want to say Cancer is looking at new opportunities that I think in the past they didn't think they could take this on. Seven of Swords reverse. I think maybe there hasn't been a lot of encouragement in the past to kind of cross that bridge or make that leap. It speaks to advancement in career. You're doing something you really love and finally giving yourself permission to say, I can do this. I'm ready to do this. Maybe you have people in your life telling you that it would be too hard or you couldn't handle it. That Strength reversed card, and that is kind of playing in the back of your mind. Am I ready? But you are. And there's a sense of leaving home and being secure enough at home, but again, taking something on that's out of the house, leaving the house. Eight of Cups is, yeah. So that's what I'm going to say for Cancer. It's really giving yourself permission to do something you really love. And maybe you had a little home-based business that you're going to make bigger, take it bigger. That would be one way to look at this and giving yourself permission. I'm ready to go from doing this, on the kitchen table. And let me tell you, I know a lot of big businesses that started off in the kitchen table. I've talked about my friend, the Friedlanders, who had Carolee Designs. I think I couldn't remember the name of the company last time I talked about them. She started her business in Greenwich, kitchen table business, doing rhinestones and dog collars, really blingy dog collars. And people were like, that's crazy. No one's going to spend that kind of money on a dog collar. And then, oh God, what was her name? Nikki Hilton there. What was her name? Hilton. Help me out with Tinkerbell. Nikki Hilton, that was her sister, and she just got married. Anyway, the Hilton girl, with her dog and blinging it out with the big collars and all the studs, and everyone wanted it. And that business turned into Carolee Designs, one of the biggest faux jewelry, and they had a showcase shop in Greenwich. I mean, phenomenal. Living were lovely. Chickens by George, Paris Hilton. Thank you. It was Paris that started that whole trend for the dog collars. But that launched from a kitchen table of blinging out dog collars to Carolee Designs, which was consequently a few years ago, I happened to research this, bought by another great big jewelry person, so they bought them out. Chickens by George, kitchen table with a couple of recipes, taking super fresh chickens, and Phyllis George was a former Miss America. Again, kitchen table with her girlfriends, vacuum sealing these chicken breasts. I remember buying them when I was first married to my first husband. They were delicious. 2 chicken breasts, amazing. And so fresh, so good. I think Purdue bought that company out for I forget how many millions of dollars. But lots of businesses start at the kitchen table. That's why I'm telling you, a lot of times, that idea like I'm going to do Reiki all day or I'm going to do readings all day. Well, maybe you start with parties. I'll help you. I mean, I've told many people to start a business, but maybe you do these things on the weekends or in the evenings, and you again, but segue into this, and this is what I'm telling you, these companies, these people did exactly that. So for you, Cancer, this idea that I'm ready to take this bigger, I'm ready to make it bigger, take it out of the house, take it out of close to me and move it out. If you have a little tiny office, well, I'm ready to go bigger. Okay? That's what I'm seeing. Ready to take this show on the road, shall we say. All right? Okay. Hey, could you stop chewing that, please, Orlando? I've got a that I have to keep the molding safe because he chewed the hell out of my molding. And now he's delightedly shredding the screen. Asshole. Hey! Orlando! Careless. Ripping it apart. Okay. Leo. Here we go. The Knight of Wands. The Six of Wands reversed. The Two of Coins reversed. The Nine of Coins. The Eight of Swords. And the Tower. All right. Well, sorry, Aggie, there's no love card in here, unfortunately, not this week. I mean, the way I would really read these cards, I mean, I love the Knight of Wands. That's creative energy. That's forward motion. That's acceleration. And I want to say, with the Nine of Coins here, it's waiting for that. It's waiting for the money is what it is. It's like negotiating or ready to move forward, but you're not moving forward till the money is there. Leo's not going to be Taurus. And funny enough, because they're kind of on the opposite side of things there. Actually, Leo's opposite is Aquarius, but Leo Taurus there. Taurus is like, okay, I'll keep doing the work. And Leo's like, yeah, not so much. Pay me for that. And yeah. And then I'll hire someone at that price to do it for me because it's not. Leo's not there. Not grunt work, not labor work. But Two of Coins reverse, Six of Wands. Again, it's about waiting for advancement, ready to go, but show me the money, okay? And the money's coming. There's the Nine of Coins. What I don't love is this Eight of Swords and the Tower, because the Eight of Swords is sadness, mourning, and the Tower is, of course, chaotic endings, chaotic changes. It's almost like, I don't want to say it's like fiddling while Rome burns, but it's like, okay, there's this pile of shit here, so I'm going to focus on this part of the room. We're not going to look at that. Like if you're filming like me right now, if you saw the rest of my living room right now, you'd be horrified because it looks like a storage area. So we're focusing here on the nice area. And I want to say with Leo, it's kind of the same thing. Okay, we're not going to pay attention to stuff that's not working right now, or the train wreck, the bonfire, the dumpster fire that's over there. We're going to look over here at this side of the room, shall we? And not look at that. Yeah, but you know what, Aggie? Leo likes money too. Leo likes to have money. And most Leos, and I'm Leo rising, we'll work 16 hours for ourselves while we work 8 hours for you. But we want to be in charge. But the difference is we're not going to just be in charge and not have the money to back up that title. That's great. You want to give me a fancy title? That's great. Where's the fancy money to go with it? And that's what I'm seeing here for Leo. Leo likes to be comfortable. All right. So I'm going to say with Leo, they're really, and I got to say, unfortunately, this also speaks to, you probably need to address the dumpster fire. Okay. Just because you're not wanting to, you probably should, because it is a dumpster fire. The Tower next to the Eight of Swords is an absolute shit fest, right? So it's like, well, I'm going to focus on money and success and where I'm going with my career and where I want to go and how I'm manifesting. And it's like, well, you probably should pick up that pile of turd there because It's not going to do anything but smell. All right, Leo. This is shadow work stuff, really. This is I want to figure out how that dumpster fire started. Okay. All right. And Virgo. This is always fun. Virgo and Scorpio are always fun, right? Yep. Well, I'll tell you, Aggie, when and if you ever want that $45 session with Jocelyn is pretty amazing. All my readers have to read me. They all audition, and I have to know what they do and how they do it before they're in my shop. And so I did the shadow work cord cutting thing, and it brought tears to my eyes. It took me to a dark place, and then out of the dark place. So it's a pretty interesting, pretty intense experience. Not a reading per se, but it's a session. How's that? All right. This bird is just literally gonna rip this thing right apart. Hey, Orlando. Hey, come here. Nope. Just gonna shred that screen. Virgo. Yeah, Aggie, do please. She's here usually once a month. She's gonna take March off. She'll be back in April, but she's here tomorrow. But once a month. All right. Virgo. The Hangman reversed. Ugh. The Devil reversed. The Six of Swords. The Ace of Wands. The Four of Coins. And the Ten of Wands. Wow. Okay. Okay. Well, I want to say this is Virgo. This is Virgo. Okay. This is Virgo tired of wasting their time, feeling like a martyr, feeling like a doormat, feeling like they've been taken advantage of. Virgo feeling like, wow, my hard work not being appreciated, my efforts not being appreciated. That's the Hangman reverse. The Devil reverse is cutting cords, cutting ties to anything negative, anything drawing you back. Yep, you don't appreciate me? Well, appreciate my absence. I'm out of town. Six of Swords. I'm out of here. I'm leaving. That could be relocation, whether you're relocating a business, a home, yourself. I'm out of here. I'm out of here. I'm getting out of Dodge. Literally, that's how I would translate that. Ace of Wands, new opportunities right on the horizon, Virgo. Whatever's not working for you, whatever is wasting your time, you've had enough of that shit. Four of Coins, Ten of Wands. There's some stress around money and work. There is. A lot of pressure. Ten of Wands is a heavy weight on you. Four of Coins, financially going to be okay. I want to say this opportunity presents itself. And of course, Virgo immediately worries that you gotta let go of the familiar and take that jump into uncharted territory. Oh, I'll pay the bills. Will it be okay? I'm going to say yes. Because it looks like the opportunity being presented is being presented from a solid place. It looks like the Ace of Wands is usually creative energy, and it's usually, aces are great cards. So it could be, and I had this reading, a couple of these readings actually, where new companies, new startups, new come in and the money won't be there right away, but the title will be there. Hey, Jocelyn, how you doing? Yeah, second wind. No, Jocelyn is here. The person I was talking about who does the cord cutting, soul retrieval, yes, sessions. that are going on tomorrow. So Jocelyn's here. And anyway, getting here into this. So for Virgo, I really want to say it's about taking really just saying, I'm tired of people not appreciating me. I'm tired of not being, I'm out of here. And you have an opportunity and there's the doors open. It's like, well, come on in. We're waiting for you. Virgo's like, oh, man. What if it's the wrong thing to do? Well, you know what, Virgo, this looks like a stellar opportunity and I would take it. Okay? Virgo. No, Heather, Virgos are the ants of the zodiac. They're the sixth house, the everyday life. They show they care for you by taking care of you, and that can translate for some people as nagging. Put a coat on. Did you eat enough? Oh, did you take your vitamins? And for some people, hear that as love, and other people hear that as, why are you nagging me? But yeah, okay. But anyway, in this case, someone is saying, come here. We can use a person of your talents over here. We can't give you what you're making right now, but we will. With your hard work, we will. And I'm going to say, yeah, you will. All right? Having fun there? Hey, literally chewing a hole through it. Okay. Oh my goodness, Libra. Virgos are wonderful. They are. Salt of the earth. All the earth signs are. Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. They're salt of the earth. All right. Libra. 5 of Wands. Ugh. King of Coins. Empress reversed. Queen of Swords. Queen of Wands reversed. King of Swords. Well, this is couple's nightmare here. Wow. We have all the parties being represented. We have the King and Queen of Swords. We have the Queen of Wands reversed along with the King of Coins. We have the Empress reversed. And what do we have? What's setting the whole thing off? The Five of Wands, which is the same argument over and over and over again. And you got people drawing lines in the sands. Now, one thing is that most Libras do not like to fight. They'll debate. But when it goes into a fight, they're done. They're not doing that. And they usually fight their battles by grabbing their jacket or their purse, their shoes, and out the door. They're not doing that. They aren't going to yell and scream. Most Libras really won't do that. Boy. And this really is about. This is. I'm going to throw one more card because there's no sense of peace here. 5 of Coins. Damn. This really is two people going at it hard about money. And it's a big deal. And these are two hardworking people that are bringing to the table. Now, it could be, looking at these cards, the Empress reversed, it could be a woman saying, I want to be home we're having another baby, I want to be home, I work hard, but I need to be home with the kids. It could, and again, this idea of, it's playing up against this idea of bankruptcy, can we afford this? And this argument that's going on, and just, it could be people fighting over child support. But these are absolutely a couple, a mated couple, or mated at one time, and they're just not giving an inch. King and Queen of Swords. I think it's almost like it's in the lawyer's hands, but it's really a battle over money, and it's going right to the mat. It could be over an inheritance, but it really does feel like their sides are drawn, and they're very opposite sides, and it's going hard. One more card, the Moon. Someone did something they shouldn't have done. Someone did something, they either took money or misappropriated money, didn't pay money they're supposed to paying, and now it's all hitting the fan. But this really is about settling. It's interesting because I talked about the readings of the week, and it really does speak to people saying, I'm not tolerating this anymore. I'm not paying this, or you will pay this. One more card, because really this is insane. The High Priestess reversed. It's all about logic. This is about money, logic. This is earth stuff. You owe this. You took this. You're going to repay it. You said you were going to do this. Well, you're going to do it. I'm no longer going to put in this much effort. You're going to put in your. It really feels very combative right now for Libra. It doesn't feel like negotiation. I'm going to say that it feels combative. Someone's trying to extort money or take money they didn't have, or again, something, throwing the cards, it's all being revealed, things that were hidden. It's not very pretty. Greta, oh dear. Okay, Greta, so what Greta just said is my sister stole my inheritance and now is looking for absolution. Okay. That would be an example of it. Yeah. All right, Scorpio. Oh, God, this bird. Okay. Hang on, please. Just drop that card. All right, the Knight of Cups. The Three of Coins reversed. The Two of Swords reversed. The Eight of Coins. The Page of Wands reversed. The Three of Cups reversed. All right. Well, sorry. With Scorpio, I almost want to think this is about one of the kids. Honestly, the Page of Cups usually speaks to a. I'm sorry, the Prince of Cups usually speaks to a young man. Okay. Three of Coins reversed, Two of Swords reversed. It speaks to a young person who's got no choice here. Got to take a job, and it's a rock and a hard place. You got to take a job. You need to make money. Working hard. It's not about being afraid to work. But this is like an artistic kid. This is about someone who's very creative, really taking a mundane job. Just a job, I call it. All right. And not loving it, but it's a job to pay the bills. And if you're worried that they won't do this, I believe they will, Scorpio. I believe that, and of course, it could be that the child may be a Scorpio. I'm not sure. It's the Knight of Cups is usually a water sign, but it could be just Scorpio being concerned with one of their kids who's in that place where now, okay, look, you got to work. You can't get a job in your field. Well, guess what? You got to work. You got to pay the bills, kid. And I'm going to say, yeah, there's an opportunity, and then they take it. Not going to like it, not going to love it, but they're going to do it. The Eight of Coins, and they're going to find that earning a paycheck has its own rewards too. You may not love what you do, but boy, you may really love getting that chunk of change dropped into your checking account at the end of the week, right? I mean, hard work is its own reward sometimes, but there's no advancement. There's no creative. It's just a job. King of Cups. And I want to say that in this case, there's a paternal influence. It could be an uncle or even the father saying, okay, you will do this job for this long and we'll do something else. But there's a kindness to it. It's not like a horrible, it could be a family business, honestly. It could be like, this is your time now. You can't find, you go work for the family, go work in this, and, oh my goodness, I'm sorry. Um, yeah, it it's okay. But the kid is going to buckle down and do the right thing. And for now, this is the way it is. But yeah, it's just working to work and do the right thing and the need to make money. And that's what I'm seeing for Scorpio. Right? Oh my gosh. Uh, okay. Oh, this is dreadful. Okay. All right. Sagittarius. Sagittarius, we have Judgment reversed. Three of Swords reversed. The Queen of Coins reversed. The Hermit. The Four of Wands reversed. The Star reversed. Oh, God, Sag. Looking at these cards. Stifling. It's horrible. I'm so sorry. This really is Sag feeling trapped. Plain and simple. Working hard. Anxiety around work. A lot of anxiety around work. If you're in sales, Sag, and many Sagittarians go into sales, you're worried about making your numbers here, first quarter numbers. One thing about Sag is Sag does really well in sales, very gregarious sign. There's not many Sages that I know of, and I know them, sure there's out there, talking about everyone who's a Sag, who's a loner, but they really aren't usually. Sag, Gemini, and Aquarius like to be in groups. They like the group think, the group activities. Again, there's always exceptions, but this is Sag really not happy being isolated. It's not a healthy environment. Sag is that sign that they really like being traveling salesmen. They enjoy jobs that involve travel and meeting new people. And I'm going to throw another card because this really is Sag feeling very isolated. Seven of Coins reversed. What else can I do? That's what Sag is looking at. What else can I do? Oh boy, one more card. Oh, crap. Temperance reversed. It's lack of balance. It's like all work, no play. All work, a lot of anxiety right now. Now, I will tell you this, COVID is no one's friend either here. And it could be for Sagittarius, you're in an industry where COVID has really taken a toll, or it's kept you even more isolated, more at home. My daughter Devin is a Sag, for example, was really looking forward to a trip to Miami for business in January. The Omicron shut that right down. So that's an example of how this would play out for a Sagittarius. Travel plans and any kind of, they usually enjoy those annual meetings where everyone gets together and shares stories and drinks and eats and has a good time. And Sag is usually one of those signs too that enjoys going out Friday nights with the office. That's something that Sag is good at. Very gregarious. If you have a Sag that says they hate people and you have a Sag that says they don't want to be around people, that's an odd duck. Good night, Aaron. Get some sleep. All right, Capricorn. Oh. Capricorny. Six of Coins. Bonus money coming in. Seven of Wands. Death reversed. Four of Swords reversed. Six of Cups reversed. And the Two of Cups. Wow. Okay. How do I read these cards? Well, the Six of Coins is always bonus money. Now, sometimes it can be unexpected pregnancy. Ironically, it's a coin card. It can be the card of an unexpected pregnancy, but it is a bonus card attached to money. Love that, right? Seven of Wands, teaching, training. Death reversed is you choosing to end something. It's not being thrust upon you. You're choosing to end it. Okay? Four of Swords reversed. A lot of anxiety here. You got your bonus today. Yay, Nicoletta. That's so funny. A lot of anxiety. Six of Cups reversed. Two of Cups. Everyone knows I love the Two of Cups. The Two of Cups is that friendship that grows into romance. Romance comes out of friendship, but it also can be best friends. This is attached to real friendship. Six of Cups reversed. You're not going anywhere. Six of Cups reversed. You're not leaving home. You're not moving. The Six of Cups upright is moving, going home, leaving. But this is about you're not moving. You're not changing your physical home. You're staying right where you are right now. Whatever opportunity is coming, you don't have to relocate for this. I'm saying it's going to be something that's close to home, that you can stay where you are and do this. It's a big change, but it's not a change of residence. How's that? That made sense, I hope? Big change, attached to money. There's anxiety attached to it, yes. Training, teaching. But I really like the company you're keeping, the Two of Cups. This is friendship, and it's not going to require you to relocate or travel. This pretty much keeps you from doing that, which is kind of good, I guess. Kind of good. Your Capricorn is not Sagittarius. Capricorn can travel, and then certainly anything Capricorn does, they're going to do effectively. But at the end of the day, that's usually traveling salesman is not a Capricorn thing. They're more of a sit behind the office and run the show thing. Okay, Greta, good night. Okay, I'm looking at it. Okay. Oh, mercy. Okay. Okay. Aquarius. Two more cards, and then I'm going to take my hot shower and drink some tea and go to bed. And thank you for listening to me sniffle through this reading. It's disgusting, and I really apologize for that. I really do. I didn't want to take cold medicine. I didn't want to, but I could have certainly used some tissues, huh? Fun. Okay. Aquarius. The Eight of Wands reversed. Focus on career, Aquarius. The World reversed. The Page of Cups reversed. Justice reversed. The Lovers reversed. And the Knight of Coins. All right. So, anyway, looking at these cards, how do I read them? Well, focus on your career. Why? Because it looks like your relationship's going to shit here. Lovers reversed. Page of Cups reversed. World reversed. Justice reversed. Oh, God. Unfair situation. Someone's withdrawing. World is changing. Really unfair situation. And the cards are saying, watch your career, and money's coming in. I mean, that's the positive. Work is good, but relationship, not so much. And I gotta say, Aquarius, it's not you. This is, if someone's gonna break up with you, if someone's gonna change on you, and again, please, I hate saying that because every Aquarius listening is not dealing with, hey, Anna Maria, every Aquarius is listening to this is not gonna have a breakup, okay? but it does look like someone that you're close to, and there's a chance it's a child. There's a chance it could be a kid who's getting ready to make a big change. Chance of that. It could be someone in your home. But it really looks more like a relationship and someone like, I don't want to be here anymore. It's not, I don't want to be here anymore. Now, could it be that you don't love what you're doing anymore? Yeah, it could. It could be that. It could be the justice reverse is unfair. The world reverse, ready for a change, ready for a new scene. Page of Cups reverse. I don't know though, guys. This feels more romantic. It feels more like someone is saying, I don't want to be in this anymore. I don't want to do this anymore. And the cards are just saying, don't lose yourself that you're not paying attention to work and career. Don't, it's real easy to, when you're upset and sad and things aren't going your way in your relationship, it's easy to not pay attention to things you need to pay attention to. I guess I say, like, don't be distracted. Trying to see any other way these cards make sense. Let me just throw one more card down. Four of Cups reversed. Now this is all about emotion, and boy, Aquarius is not like that. Four of Cups reversed. It's like, I know what I want. Well, maybe it's Aquarius saying I'm not happy here. Maybe Aquarius is saying you're not treating me fairly. I don't want to do this anymore. Okay, it could be that. Could be. But this really is Aquarius saying I can take care of myself. Yeah. I don't know how else to, I don't know how else to read them. There's only so many ways to read those cards. Frankly, there really is. And it looks like emotionally there's some stuff going on. All right. Now the good news is there's no death card. There's no heartbreak card. There's no Three of Swords there. There's no loss of home. No one's going bankrupt. I think it's just really someone saying they're not happy, and it's not fair, and I don't want to do this anymore. And it could be the Aquarius, just waving the white flag. All right. I guess I want to say the cards are making it clear it's not work. It is emotional. Okay. So it's not coming from the workplace. All right, Pisces. More cards. Pisces. Okay, Pisces. The Page of Swords. New information. The Ten of Coins. The Ten of Swords reversed. The Three of Wands. The Four of Coins. And the Emperor reversed. Fun. Okay, strong communication. Ten of Coins, real estate, money in real estate, making money out of real estate, putting money into the home, investing in your home. Ten of Swords reversed, coming up out of a tough situation. All right. All right. Three of Wands, education, training, student, Four of Coins, Emperor reverse. Well, how would I put this? Well, I put a couple of different ways. One, they're all pretty positive, and that again, this could be another card, honestly, that speaks to young people. The page, pages aren't usually young people. Page of Swords, not always. Like I said, new information, but it can also be a child taking on a new direction, coming up out of a bad time, taking a new direction, going back to school, revisiting how they're going to make a living. And I want to say it looks like in this case there's not a lot of support from the father. The Emperor reversed. This is the kid really having to be the grown-up here, and stepping up. Similar to Scorpio, I have to do what we have to do. In this case, this is again could be a young female versus a young male. It doesn't have to be. Pages are kids, but although Scorpio did feel very masculine, or was masculine really. This is really like, yeah. Well, what do I want to do? Four of Coins. How am I going to handle myself financially? How am I going to stay on my own? Coming out of a difficult time and saying, okay, either choosing to go back to school, starting an education. This is what I'm going to do. This is how, not being a grown up, basically, without, again, that there's that father, where I saw in the one reading where the father was the foundation, this idea of a paternal influence being helpful. This is the opposite of that. This is no paternal. This is not. Now, the other way I could read these cards, the Emperor being business reversed. This is about changing business. This is about changing the way you do business. The information coming in looks good. Could be about investment into assets, investment into real estate. Coming out of a tough time. Growing a business. How am I going to? The Four of Coins can also be growing a business. How am I going to grow a business? How am I going to, aspects of the business that's not doing well? Emperor reversed. How am I going to deal with that? How am I going to grow that? Three of Wands. Education, training, learning new modalities, new ways of doing business. Yeah, it makes sense to me too. COVID did spark that. You really had to look at it was sparked creativity, sink or swim. And we did a lot of drive-by business. People come by and just pick up bags during the closing. We found creative ways to manage through it. And I want to say once again, this is about, okay, how do we rethink how we do things? But it's coming from a secure place. I like it. It's coming. I know what I need to do, which is always positive when you know what you need to do. Yay! Interview on Monday. Wonderful. But again, that idea of well, I hope that made sense anyway. Yeah. Okay. Well, guys, that's it. That's the readings. I thank you for sticking with me, and there's so much going on in the bigger world. I'd love to say, oh, it's going to get better, and we can anticipate things getting better, but I'm watching the Russian-Ukraine thing, as I'm sure most of you are. I'm watching China. I'm watching the Olympics. I'm not watching them literally. I'm watching the fallout from the Olympics. Some are saying these are some of the worst Olympics in terms of host country, and that's pretty harsh, but it's not looking good. Certainly the athletes don't seem very happy in many instances. Thank you, Brian. I hope I'm gonna, yep. Hey, Leslie. I'm gonna take some cold medicine that I can go to bed and fall asleep, and I have no readings in the morning, so I can sleep in and open at 11 o'clock. Readings start at 12, but like I said, everyone's booked up until very late in the day. Although Jocelyn has openings after 1. She has openings. So if you're interested in that experience, please give me a call. And it might be a good time to do some shadow work. Okay? Hey, Jess. Yes. Okay. Rosemary, thank you all. Any questions, let me know. Anything I can do to help you, I'm always here for you. Thank you. The world is getting crazy. Someone was asking about readings, and the readings had to be hard. And from a singular standpoint, they're not. But when you try, and many of us readers are trying to feel for like what's going on in the bigger picture, the mundane astrology or the mundane readings, the readings of the world, and it really does feel like Wheel of Fortune. It's like that wheel is spinning, and all you're getting is flashes, coming at you really quickly, and it's very hard to, okay, where is this going? And there's no resolution. There's no way to see an outcome. Certainly not that I'm hearing or seeing myself. And I talk to a lot of people every day. Financially, Wall Street, money. I'm hearing some interesting stories where this is going to go. And I want to talk about one thing really quickly before we stop. I'm seeing this profoundly. And I talked about this about the past 10 years. I said, study the French Revolution. Watch what happens when the haves and the have-nots, when that really tips the scale. So we've been enjoying this sort of a billionaire renaissance. Everyone's kind of watching that Kardashian culture. You know, someone was talking about the show that Robin Leach used to have, Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous, and this fascination with the rich and all they have. But I think that fascination is kind of turning into disgust. And that happens when we see people who don't have enough money to buy their insulin, or they're dying because they're trying to prolong their insulin or their drugs or their medicines they need for their children, or they can't make their mortgage payments. Or Jeff Bezos' oversized jumbo yacht can't get through a bridge, so they're going to take down a antique bridge in the Netherlands so that his yacht can pass through. And the people of the Netherlands, they've started a petition, and there's like 1,000 people have said, we'll be on that bridge, egging that yacht, 1,000 of us, if you do this to us. If you take down our bridge, we'll egg your yacht. There's this sort of blowback now. And think French Revolution. Think about that whole look and eat cake. You know, you're enjoying this wonderful life, and I've said a little bit of Hunger Games too. You know, there's that one group of people that is enjoying all of everything, the best of everything. And then the rest, and the idea of copying them, which always bothered me. And I see people, and I'm not making fun of anybody, but the colored hair and the elaborate nails and the clothes and the extreme styling makes me think of that, you know, the rich and the famous of Hunger Games. Well, I'm also starving to death, you know, and there's going to be some blowback. There's some real blowback. You know, people are like, why are we supporting rich people? Why are we buying their stuff? Why are we making rich people richer? You know, ask yourself that question. You know, boycotts work really well, really well. You want to hurt somebody, you boycott what they sell, and you'll see them come around real quick. And I think we're going to be hearing more and seeing more about that, and a lot more. The Earth changes, Earth ocean rise, water changes. Keep your eyes open, guys. If you don't want to watch the news, I get that. Read the headlines. Get to a news site and just read the headlines. Don't read the stories. They bother you, it's okay. But know what's going on. Just get a feel for it. All right? And of course, behave. Try to get rest. Try to take care of yourself. And I'll see you next week. Thank you all. Good night. Night.